This is really frustrating.
He'll be arriving later. He will be expecting. He will be arriving later, and he will be expecting. For Jeffrey Epstein, David Copperfield. The date, my birthday, January 22nd, 2005. Wow. I was, of course, not born in 2005. I was born in 1902. But the message for Jeffrey Epstein from someone speaking on behalf of David Copperfield?
Yes.
It's jackpot, is the message. It's jackpot. I don't know what that means, but I'll tell you this. It doesn't suggest any wrongdoing. It doesn't. It doesn't. If you, just because you've sent a human trafficker a message of visiting his island does not suggest, NBC is telling you it does not suggest any wrongdoing. Now, if Donald Trump inflates the price of a condo by 80 grand, he should be given the death penalty. But NBC is letting us know that it's just not that big of a deal. None of this is that big of a deal. The message is the visiting the pretty soon. By the way, the new spin on this, because the spin already the media is doing is kind of brilliant. The media is doing this thing where they go, so what? So what? Because remember, the media is all implicated too. The media is compromised. The media's got problems you couldn't even imagine, right? So they just have to come out, and we're talking about the people who own these companies and all this stuff. Everybody knows what's going on. So they are instructing your anchors to just basically go out and just basically be like, listen, of course, this is the spin the media is putting on this, which is actually kind of hilarious. The spin on this is that Jeffrey Epstein opened a phone book in New York City and picked these people's names out because they sounded rich. And somehow they ended up in these court filings. But other than that, we cannot draw any conclusions from this. We can draw no conclusion. Now remember, it's the same group of people that if somebody at Mar-a-Lago had a meeting with a guy whose brother knew a guy who went to Russia and met Putin, shook his hand, the labyrinth of connections that were being used to justify this idea that the Russiagate thing was real.
Okay, we gotta play faster.
This is the same media that was coming up with the Steele dossier, these memos, the piss tape, all these weird conspiracies that were like held together by essentially nothing, right? Conjecture and all of this stuff, downright lies, all of this stuff kind of being packaged together.
Something like that. He's looking for it.
They're now telling you that actual, credible, genuine evidence, documents from a court don't really suggest anything. They don't mean anything. And by the way, they're not going to find out what it means. This is the other thing. The media is basically going like this. Hey guys, we don't know what it means, and you don't know what it means, and we're not going to try to find out what it means. So we'll just all live with the mystery. We don't know. This doesn't suggest any wrongdoing. Would you think that it's enough to maybe start investigating a little of the wrongdoing? Do you think that's enough? But they're not doing any of that. Their job, pretty soon, it's coming where they're going to say visiting the island was not a thing either. They're going to go, so what? Yeah, people went to an island. That doesn't mean anything. Yes, they went to a pedophile orgy island. But it doesn't mean that anything was going on. The only one who did anything was David Copperfield. They're going to come on the TV and they're going to say that David Copperfield ran this whole operation and that Clinton was there to stop David Copperfield from molesting the girls. That's what we're going to be told. Bill Clinton found out about this, and he went to that island 25 times to try to shut it down, to try to stop it. Bill and his lesbian wife got on the plane to try to stop it from happening because he was chasing David. But it was so hard to keep chasing David Copperfield because David kept making Epstein's jet disappear. So that's why Clinton had to keep going back to the island to shut it down. this is what the media is going to do. They're going to do this over the next couple of days and weeks. They're going to do this. They're going to go, hey, they're going to go, we are just aghast at what has happened. We just cannot believe it. We don't understand. Get some other random media coverage. Get a CBS. Get anybody up there. Because I've been watching some of these, and it really doesn't matter which one you watch. I mean, Fox might be a little different. But the tenor of the coverage, and I don't even know if Fox is that different, the tenor, because there's a lot of Republicans implicated in this shit, too. Here we go. So this is CBS. Here's the good people at CBS News. Let's see what they're doing.
Naming people connected to Jeffrey Epstein have been unsealed. The documents include nearly 950 pages. Last month, a federal judge ruled the names of Epstein's alleged victims and those connected to him must be made public. Epstein was indicted on federal sex trafficking charges in 2019.